Take the weight on my shoulders. I can feel the sky come down on me, and I can't hold it much longer. Gonna let go so I can be free. I take the weight on my shoulders. I take the weight on me. I take the weight on my shoulders. Take the weight on my shoulders. I can feel the sky come down on me.
How's it going, Rex? Welcome. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's go. Thank you so much. Thank you for 33 months straight. Oh, gee. That's too much. Well, welcome in. Welcome, Rex. Getting a few things set up. Thanks for just about ready. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for putting up 33 months. Thank you. Hello. Welcome. Great. So this is today's second stream. We did a stream with Captain Septi. We played a little bit of Overwatch. Tried to get Minecraft Bedrock to work. Didn't quite work. So now I'm doing something that I've been needing to do for a little while. And finally gotten around to it. Yep. Today we are going to... There we go. Today we are going to do a little bit of spring cleaning with my channel. And that I really want to get the not audio. My mic is quiet. Wednesday. Any better? I hope it's better. My goodness. Oh. How about this? Testing, 1 2 1 2. Let's see. It's still quiet, isn't it? Okay, how about that? How about this? Rawr. That might be a little too much, huh? Okay, I think that should be fine. Okay, so I was talking about this with Seb. Yeah, I was talking about this with Seb too. This microphone. Right? So this microphone is built quiet. It's really clear, it's really nice, but it's built to be quiet for some reason. Because it's mainly for podcasting, and then you do like the editing afterwards volume-wise. But as for like streaming, it's a little different. So yeah, the music was almost drowning you out and your mic is now perfect. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. And I think it may also be that scene in particular. Just kind of like the opening scene starting soon. For some reason, the settings go wonky there. I have to look at that again. But that may also be part of today. Right. So today is called a Dapper change. It's a Dapper change because I want to get my theme right. As in, I want to, like, I say like a lot, my bad. I basically want to get things straight when it comes to what my channel is, theme-wise. I don't want to be a shapeshifter anymore. I just want to stick to one form, you know, just one character. One character, one VTuber, or just my face. Who knows? I don't really like to share my face, but I do sometimes. But I really want to stick to one character, and I really like Dapper Links because I doodle him really quick, and he's really cute, and he's adorable, and he's always flustered. I mean, like, look at this guy. I just look so scared, so terrified. I just like it. I like doodling that. So I want to stick to this character and kind of make everything around the character. So I'm going to doodle a few concepts of what that could look like because, yeah, I love the links too. But yeah, I want to get that nailed down. So that's what we'll do. Also, I saw Seb trying this, and I wanted to try it out as well, doing a dual stream. As in, I have a stream on Twitch, and I have a stream on YouTube. The two chats are not synced together because that's a TOS thing. So if someone is watching on YouTube, hello. If someone's watching on Twitch, like Rex, hello. But yeah. Yeah. So I want to sketch out a few concepts and ideas that I like. Which means, alongside the change of the character and kind of sticking to one form, I want to change the theme of like the backgrounds, of the buttons, and all that sort of stuff. That way it's more coherent, and there's an actual thing going on rather than just kind of me doodling stuff and going, that's good, you know? So yeah. And there's a t-shirt design that I saw at a store that I liked, and it kind of got me thinking about merch stuff. And Seb T was also talking about that, Captain Seb T. He was also talking about merch and kind of trying to come up with something more concrete. So yeah, I kind of want to really like hit the nail on the head. So yeah, I want to get all that figured out with this channel. So better late than never. Also, I'm a master now. Ha ha ha. I graduated with my master's, I mean. So yeah, I am the master of none. I'm a Jedi master, maybe. Even then, I'd die. Like, as soon as the Clone Wars began, I'm the first one dead. I'm 100% sure that's what would happen. They'd send me in like a diplomatic mission, and my plane explodes in space. How'd that happen? I don't know. I was the pilot. But yeah, that's how it would be. And yeah, thank you. Yeah, graduated with my master's. Whoopee. So that means I'm on the job hunt, but it also means I have a little more time on my hands. So hopefully I get to stream a little more than 4 months apart. My god, that's terrible. I didn't realize I didn't stream for 4 whole months until I looked at today's Twitch. I was like, oh geez, I didn't stream for a long time. My bad. But yeah, I'm going to do that now. And speaking of right now, let's switch over to the art stream. Right now. Yippee! Alright, so we got a few jams playing in the background, but I may be listening to some of my own. Problem is, I can't wear my neckband. I think that's what it's called. But I can't wear my normal speakers. They're headphones, but not quite headphones. Because it plays through the microphone too. And it would be very evident that it's playing. And it would sound like it's echoing through the microphone. So I'm gonna switch out my speakers and try to get some earbuds to listen to them instead. Because right now I'm still wearing my neck speakers. I know it's a weird concept, but I really like them because I really got tired of wearing headphones. You know, compressing my hair, making an indent and all that junk. Don't want that. So, one moment while I try to find some good earbuds or headphones, something. Because I had some headphones earlier today, and it reminded me why I hate them. Sorry, headphones, but I can't do it anymore. Oh, that's right, I don't have Bluetooth on. Whoopee. Yippee-ki-yay. Shudder. Fuck. I wasn't trying to cuss. My bad. I was trying to be cute and creative, and it just ended up cursing anyway. Let's see. Oh, Stadia's online. love my Hesh ANC Skull Candy headphones. Haven't heard of those before. How are they? I mean, you say you love them, but how good are they? Because I really like my Soundcore... What is it called? Soundcore VR P70s. I think that's what the full name is. I like them because... Mainly I got them for the Steam Deck. Because the dongle is meant to be plugged into a VR headset like the Oculus. But the dongle actually fits perfectly on a Steam Deck. And so when you plug the dongle onto the Steam Deck, it connects it much easier to the Steam Deck. Because otherwise you get Bluetooth latency. And that's not really good for gaming. But the dongle basically breaks that latency. So there's no latency for the Steam Deck or VR. If you're playing your headset with earbuds. These earbuds, specifically. So yeah, I like them a lot. Edit device, Bluetooth. Here we go. Alright, and we'll make sure that the headphones are good. Yes, yes. Good. Awesome, I've had to replace the ear pads so far, and that's it. That's nice, actually. Replacing the, what do you call them? Ear pads is not too bad. It's a very, cheap fix. In the long run, that is. Because we've had headphones that we had to replace, like, the whole thing with. Because they're kind of cheaply made, and not really good. So, anywho. Now that I got everything set up, I also have some seaweed to eat. So sorry if you hear crunches. I know it's 1:46 in the morning, but that doesn't stop me from being hungry. I'm also talking a lot closer to the microphone. Because that's another thing with this microphone. Since it's made for podcasts, it's meant to be close to the mouth, and thus pick up everything. So yeah. Because people like mouths for some reason. Anywho, let's sketch out a few concepts of what I'm thinking of. Right, so I really like the doodle style that I did with the current PNG tuber that we're rocking, but the thing is, it's a little too scraggly. As in, if I want to do merch, if I want to make another live 2D avatar, if I want to do something like that, I need something more concrete. I need a very clean design. I can't have that scraggly look to it. So I can't have the little pencil bleeding. I can't have the colors kind of going over the line. I mean, realistically, I could, but it would take a lot of time and patience for me to make it look good. Otherwise, it would be messy. And I don't want it to look messy. I want it to be nice. So, we're gonna hammer that down tonight. Let's see, I'm sitting on my bed eating fudge and drinking a 7-Up. Oh, that sounds like the life. I could have drank Dr. Pepper today, but I didn't. Because I had pizza. And I knew that if I had the pizza and soda at the same time, I would not be here right now. I would be sleepy. I would be dead in my bed, all sleepy. Ooh, good fudge. I haven't had fudge in a long time, actually. Which is ironic, because there's plenty of, like, fudge makers. Where I am, there's, like, 3 stores that all make their own fudge. It's amazing. And I haven't tried any of it. It's sad, really, but I really should try it. The thing that makes me pause, though, is the amount of sugar that's needed to make fudge. Like, because of these 3 stores that all make their own fudge, they're constantly making it. So you can see how much sugar they throw into these things. And it is an ungodly amount. It is crazy. So it makes me go, I don't think I can eat that. Not today. Not in this life. Maybe the next one. I'll DM you the link on Discord or the fudge I'm currently eating. Oh, okay. Lately, I've really been on a binge for mint flavors. I should be drawing right now. But I've been on a binge for mint stuff. And I think it's because it's really, like, refreshing during, like, the hot months. It's not even hot. oddly enough, the weather has been really weird around here. It's gone from 80 degrees to 90 degrees, then it plummets to 60, and then it goes up to 70, go back to 80, and then down to 70 again. So we've been really, really unsure of how to take all this because it's almost summer, and yet we're still getting 60 degrees during the day. It's weird. Because at this point, we're usually set for 80s during the day. High 80s. And we're still getting them, but we're getting really cold days too. And being almost June, it's kind of unheard of. I'm sure there's been flukes in like the 40s or 50s or whatever, but as of recent memory, it's weird. Anywho, so we already know we want Dapper links. That's kind of established. It's just a matter of what we want them to look like. I'm just currently doodling right now because I'm not used to this pen in particular. It is very different than what I'm used to. I'm trying to do a more solid line as well. A solid pen. Which means I really should be using these G pens. See? It's really nice and clean. That's really what I should be using. Because usually what I like to use is... let's see. 6 pencil soft, which looks like this. But you see how many like holes are there in the line? How like pixely it can get? It's a really nice pencil look, like a colored pencil look, and it makes the design look very stylized. But for making something for merch or making a live 2D model, it can get messy really quickly. Especially if you're trying to like fill in the lines for coloring, you can never really get it filled perfectly because of all these holes inside the line that are there naturally. So I have to use something like G Pen to make up for that, to make it look cleaner. So, with that in mind, I'm trying to remember my buttons. There we go. Yeah, because I'm using a Huion tablet, and I really love this tablet because I grew up with a Wacom Intuos tablet, which has no screen. And that's when you had to like really concentrate on keeping your pen in the right place. Otherwise, if you lose your place, good luck trying to find it again. It's a lot more undos than usual than if you had a screen. But now, with this Huion tablet, with the buttons on the side, and the nice pen with its own buttons, it's really nice. But anyway, design. I have the t-shirt next to me of what I saw in the store that I liked, design-wise, but it's basically rubber hose. Like, let's all go to the lobby. Those kind of dancing characters. You know, the singing popcorn, the soda. It looks like that. So think Betty Boop, think Steamboat Willie. Very rubber hose. And I think that style has definitely come back lately. Oh, thank you. I see. The DM for the fudge store. Yes. Thank you. But yeah, I think the rubber hose style has definitely come back. But I don't really want to oversaturate the VTuber space by being another rubber hose character, you know? I may do a design for merch, which would be cool, to like advertise a cafe that doesn't exist, but as for like the live 2D design, let me pop up what my current live 2 design is. Just that we can have a good reference of what we're moving on from. I will pop in this, which is one of my VR chat avatars. This was a commission, and I really enjoy it. I really enjoy the design, because it was actually based on a fan art by Spunky Raccoon. They did a design that I really love, and I'll bring that up real quick if I can pull it up. Spunky Raccoon designed like an Animal Crossing look for me. That was really nice. I will find it. I have so many folders. I am so sorry it's taken so long. Like, seriously, that's a lot of folders. It's organized. It's just a lie. Yeah, from the Laugh channel for the Dancing Popcorn and Sodas. Yeah. Here we are. Right, so that is the design by Spunky Raccoon. That then got transformed into this VTuber. No, sorry, VR chat design. That was a little more simplified to get made into 3D. But it's a design that I'm really looking for. That I want to recreate into a live 2D perspective. But again, with the pencil lines, it can get messy really quickly if it's not done properly. And I'm still an amateur when it comes to live 2D, so I really want to make sure I get it right. But for that to happen, I can't use the kind of like scraggly pencil. I'd have to use a G pen, a solid pen. But yeah, this is kind of the design that I'm looking for, that I'm trying to recreate today. So thank you again, Spunky Raccoon, for the design. And we'll use that as our reference. Now the thing with Live 2D is that everything is separated. Like, as in everything. The torso, the eyes, the eyeball, the iris, the eyelids, the eyebrows, the mouth, the teeth, the tongue, the nose, the ears, different parts of the hair. Everything is separate from one another. Imagine it like a paper doll. Like you see in antique stores or toy shops, or like those old sticker books where you could put different outfits on a paper doll. It's basically like that, where it's multiple layers of different pieces that move around together, but they're separate from each other, technically. And they're only fixed to one another using basically bones. That's really what we're recreating with Live 2D. We're animating different parts of the character so that it all interacts as one character, but made up of like multiple dozens of pieces of parts. So it's a lot to think through, because I have to imagine separating all of this into those respective pieces, especially if I want the apron to move like with the wind, or if I want to like kind of move and sway instead of being fixed to my body. Because my current Live 2D model, I'll show you. Ooh, it's too big. Ah. Who said that? I said it's too big. Too many innuendos. Anyway. Right, so that is my, I guess, old. We can call it our old Live 2 design. Yes, so that is my original design for Dapper Tattoo. Or Dapper Links. That's another thing. I want to stop referring to this as Dapper Links. This is just simply Dapper Tattoo. Because I had different names for each of the different forms. The human form was Dapper. The owl was Dapper Owl. This is Dapper Links. But who is Dapper Tattoo? Never really specified. So now I'm just gonna say, nope, this is Dapper Tattoo. This Links is Dapper Tattoo. The teapot is just a teapot he has. It's no longer his magical house. It's no longer his magical prison. It's just a teapot that's angry. That's it. We don't need to complicate things. This is just a nice Lynx who opened a coffee shop. That's it. And you're invited. You're invited into the coffee shop. So that's the theme. So yeah, this is the original design for Dapper Lynx. Dapper Owl is still a classic in my books. So yeah, he'll still be around. I think we'll bring him out every now and then, but he'll no longer be like the mascot. He's no longer the main character. Dapper Lynx is. Because this design is really cute. but the Dapper Owl is still around because he is still in the starting soon. No, he's in the chatting stream. He's popping out of the teapot going hoot hoot. So he's still around. He's just a friendly owl now. He's no longer me, if that makes any sense. Anyway, yes. So, old live 2D design. And I can show you how many pieces this design alone is. And this went through many iterations. Right, so this is the map of all the different pieces that went into this design for Dapper Tattoo. So you have the head here, you have the legs and the bottom part of the apron here, you have his torso and chest right here, 2 ears, 2 arms, basically his neck right here, different mouths, the inside of the mouth, the eyebrows, the eyes, the inside part of the eyes, basically the whites of the eyes back here. There's just different pieces of the hair. 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of hair. This is very simple compared to a very typical VTuber, because like the anime style VTubers, there's a lot more on this map than what I currently have. But this is me doing it myself. I didn't pay anyone to make this. I just did this design specifically by myself and learning from YouTube tutorials and basically laboring over it for like 5 days trying to make it work until it finally did. And even then, it was still really simple. It's basically like holding up a kindergarten drawing and going, I did it! I'm Picasso now! Like, there's a lot more that I need to learn to make it look nice. But today is one of those days where we're going to learn just a little more. So yeah, there's a lot that goes into a live 2D avatar. So now I'm trying to figure out how to make the Animal Crossing look. This kind of like simple, nice look. I kind of want to make that the design. But I want to make it to where the apron can move on its own instead of being affixed to his chest and fixed to the bottom of his legs, as I currently have it with the old design. I want to potentially make the ears wiggle on their own. I kind of did that with the old design, but you can kind of see that they just kind of move. Like, you can see they don't really attach to the hair well. They're just kind of there. They're almost like clip-on ears, if that makes any sense. So I kind of want to make the design more clean, to where you can't really tell that the ears are separate. That they're just kind of moving on their own with the hair fixed to the head. Like they're actually coming off of the skull, sort of deal. Let's see. We could make the hair tufts on the side move. The little fluffs that I have, the little triangle shapes. I could try to make those move. Again, those are separate pieces. That would have to be made into bones to where they can move on their own with the wind and whatnot. I haven't figured out how to do like animations or have items pop up like in their hands. Because I see some VTubers, they have different scenes, essentially. Different animations that pop up whenever they hit a button. To where it's just like, now they're holding a coffee cup. Now they're waving, what do you call them? Those little dance batons, glow sticks. Now they're waving a flag. Now they have a microphone. Now they're doing that little ooh with their lips as they like point upward. You know, things like that. I haven't really figured out how to do those because that's more complex. And I haven't had the time for a while, but now I do. So, there's a lot to go. There's a lot to learn. Definitely lots to learn, but I'm excited. So, instead of getting too complicated, for now, let's start writing down a list of what I want to accomplish. Right, so what do I want to do? I have 2 pieces of fudge before I had to tap out. We'll come back to it later, though. Yeah, that fudge will not survive. I have some seaweed next to me that will not survive. But for some reason, they really packed this pack. So it's going to be a challenge. But I threw away the container it came in. So I am going to accept this challenge and eat every single piece. But anyway, let's see. First, I want to sketch. Alright, so that is our plan. Let's see. The fudge has survived for the past few weeks. Oh. I think I've definitely gotten more self-restraint when it comes to desserts, because even though we bought like a graduation cake, for graduation of course, I've tried to not eat too many sweets lately. Because unfortunately, or fortunately, who can tell, I've kind of become a little bit of a fitness fan. Not a health nut. Definitely not a health nut. Definitely not a fitness nut where I'm in the gym 24 hours a day. No. But I've definitely gotten better when it comes to physical fitness, trying to get that under control and making sure I kind of stay on top of how many times I do exercises and what exercises I do since December. And I've really enjoyed the results so far. But I don't want to become like a narcissist to be like, I'm the most gorgeous man alive. Because I'm not. I'm definitely not. Because, ooey. Ooey. Anywho. No. I just had to pause eating it because of a variety of reasons. Yes. I need to start eating the seaweed, or else it's going to stink up the room. And it'll just smell like salt, really. My self-control for sweets and desserts varies so much that my BF gets concerned when I just inhale an entire pound of fudge in one sitting. Well, fudge is good. It's tasty. It is tasty. But anywho, let's see. Let's get that design out here. There we go. Right, so again, I don't really want to... How do I put this? I don't want to seem like I'm stealing Spunky Raccoon's design of my design. Because this was a doodle that they did for me many streams ago. Like, at least a couple years now. And it was just a nice doodle that they did. Because I was like, I don't know, maybe my character in Animal Crossing? And she's like, sure. And it looks amazing. So I'm trying to figure out how to integrate this into a live 2D look without it basically being a copy pasta. of this, you know? But I don't want to make it overcomplicated like my initial design. Like the little lights on the eyes, don't really want to do that. The pink lips and like all of that, it's a bit too much. All the different little hair swishes and swirls and stuff, a little too much. Even the apron, I kind of did a little too much, I think. So I really wanted to make it more simple and like basic shapes. Like Animal Crossing, you know? Like this design. Like it's really cute, but I want it to be, I guess, simpler. Anyway, let's see. So first step, I got sketch designs similar to this one, and like figure out how the pieces would work, and then simplify that for Live 2D. Then do the bones and mapping on the side in Live 2D. Then test it, and then redesign the cafe in another stream, and then merch, which would be another stream, I think. So today is just step 1, sketching the designs for Live 2D, and simplifying it for Live 2D. Because, truth be told, I need to watch those tutorials again, and kind of do that on my own time, not on stream, because that would be very boring to watch, I assure you. Me trying to figure out Live 2D. It'd be a lot of silence, and it'd be a lot of, like, groans, and just kind of like, eh. It wouldn't be fun to watch. It wouldn't be great. Anywho, my boyfriend was horrified when he realized the pound of fudge I got was gone. He's like, oh no, I thought we were going to share. Anywho, let's get that off. And then doodle. Right, so I think pen 10 should be good. Not the show. Just the pen size. Sorry, a few things to figure out. There we go. Let's see. A really handy tool is the ruler tool, because it helps you mirror things, obviously. But let's see. So should we have the hair floofs be more jagged or rounded, like this? Because I made them triangles because it was easy to doodle and it kind of makes it look cute. But realistically, it's hair. They're just basically hair cheeks, pretty much. Very hairy cheeks. So naturally they'd be kind of fluffier, they'd be curved a little bit. They wouldn't be triangles. Let's see, I ate an entire pound of fudge and he watched me eat it. And when he realized I ate all of it, in a few minutes after I finished it, he was horrified and was insistent on me to drink a ton of water. That's true. You definitely need water after that. Because that's too much. Oh, that's a cute mouth. There we go. Let's see. I think I want to do like a triangle nose, like this. I'm basically doodling Garfield if he actually had a job in a coffee shop. He underestimated the sweet tooth. Oh, for sure. trying to figure out how to do this little hair chest. Oof. I think it would be separate like that. Otherwise. Very cute. Let's see. I doodled way too big. Oh no.
Oh no.
Let's see. Edit. Edit size. There you go. Problem solved. I really enjoy like the feet that I would draw like this. I really enjoyed like those kind of feet. Stupid toe. But for simplicity's sake, doing the round paw would be nicer. Like that. Very cute. So the pieces, I have to figure out the pieces. But let's not worry about that right now. For now, let's get the ruler out of the way. And figure out how the hair would go. Because as I originally designed it, there's like a little widow's peak here. And then like the hair goes like that. But normally I would draw it like this. Where like the hair goes out. See? I have it like this. But how this design goes, it's more like rounded, like yin and yang almost. So instead of going like this, it's more this. Like instead of an S shape, it does a C shape. So let's try that. And do we want to cover one eye as it currently is, like this? Or should it go out so that you can see both eyes? And this design kind of gives it like a mullet. Oh, thank you for the posture check. Thank you. I gotta get running, Dapper. I'm so glad you're back. Wish I could stay longer, but last night go bed. Have some good sleeps. Dream of fudge. Lots of fudge. Pounds of fudge. Whole brick house of fudge. All the bricks are fudge. Dream it. And thank you for the tea time. For the tea time and the posture check. Yeah, this design gives him like a mullet back here, and I'm not sure about the mullet. It's cute though. In that design, it's cute. But for mine, for like a live 2D, it could work. It could work. I don't think I ever had a mullet. Not even growing up. Hydrate and stretch too. Oh yeah, I stretched before I did the stream. But thank you, Rex. Have a good one. Right, so now that we have all that sketched out, like a very rough sketch, I have to think of all the different things that go into this. Like potentially, I could have straps in the back that go to the apron that could sway, but you won't see them unless I like move and you see like more of me, like waist down. You start seeing the straps sway in the back. And like a bow back here for all the excess part of the ribbon, that could be there too. Again, you won't see it unless I zoom out like this. So there's a lot to go into this. And we can refer to this map right here to have like a good idea of what I need to do. And again, this was very simplified. Like I could have the forearm as one piece, and the part of the arm that connects to the chest or like the shoulders, that could be another piece. So I could definitely make this more advanced than the previous iteration. But in order to do that and make me feel like comfy with doing that, I want to simplify the design so that it's not so much of a learning curve, where it's not like a big jump that I have to overcome, you know? Excuse me. Yeah, I don't really want to overload myself and then not get it done and burn out and all that. So I really want to make this work. Because even though it looks like a simple design, I want it to be really polished and function as if it were really, you know, high quality avatar. So anyway, let's turn this off for now. Move this over here and start listing out a few things that I start noticing. Right, so I think we would need 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to list out all the different pieces that I need to keep in mind. 1, 2, 3, 4. So all different hair pieces. I could actually do something nifty here. Start like roughly coloring what I'm seeing. One, two, three, 4. Again, it's very messy. Very, very messy. Because this is really just for my own personal idea, my own personal reference of what's going on. So that would be one piece. That would be one piece. Another piece. So realistically, pieces would look like this. As in, they would be a lot more behind the neck than what's being exposed right now. That way, so if I ever did like head movements or turns, you wouldn't see a very obvious end of the piece and it'd look like I didn't finish drawing. So it has to be more coherent like this. So anywho, let's see. And this piece would have to be in front of the head in the mapping. As you can see in this map right here, it would be in front of this head model here. So let's see. With that in mind, that would be 4 hair pieces. And then we'll call it skull, 1 skull. Then 2 hair floofs. We'll call it 2 side floofs. So let's start coloring about what I mean. Right, so that's 6 pieces so far. Well, actually 7, because I need to color in the skull. Sorry, trying to make sure all my notes are on the same page. Literally. Let's see. Good. Let's see. Control X. There we go. 3. Merge. There we go. Nice. Let's see. La, 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 la. Then the ears would be separate pieces. The eyebrows, separate pieces. The widow's peak. The widow's peak would be part of number 4. This red piece here. Yeah, so all that would be 1 piece. And that piece would be more stagnant compared to the others. Sorry, perfectionist brain kicked in. There we go. Nice. Yeah, this red piece here wouldn't be so evident, I think. As in, it wouldn't need to have so much excess compared to the other pieces, because that one would be more fixed to the skull right here on the side, because there's not much moving there. Same with the Widow Peak. The Widow Peak would be stagnant, so it's not going to move. Meanwhile, the ears will move, the hair floofs on the side will move, this big floof here will move. So, and the mullet in the back will move a little bit as well. Those pieces move. The Widow's Peak and the side of the hair don't. So that doesn't really need that much excess. Maybe just a little behind here. Let me fix that real quick. Basically that much. There'll be a little excess behind the hair floof here. The little side whiskers. Alright. So with that, then let's see. Ears. 2. 2 ears. The thing is, how this is currently designed, this big hair floof here would cover one ear, but it still needs to be there in case whenever the hair floof moves and it potentially like reveals something behind it, there needs to be an ear there. Otherwise it looks like I only have one ear. So I need to animate it just as well as this one, just in case. Here we go. Let's mark those. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. And then let's see. Right, 2 eyebrows. That'd be 9 and 10. Go. The nose. Oh, hi Spam. How you doing? Biographical pressure to Yeed. Hello, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Sorry if it was not spam. I apologize. The moderator bot that I have is very uh specific. It could be a bit tense. So sorry if it was not spam, but welcome in. Hope you have a good time. Today we are planning out my live 2D avatar. I already have one design. The map that I have on the side is the old design. But I want to make something new and make it more exciting, I guess, or at least more advanced from the previous design. So that's what I'm doing right now. Yes. So the nose, I could animate the nose, which means it needs to be its own separate piece. Because how I have it, it is a separate piece, but I never really did anything with it on the old design. Which, if you want to see, is that. This is the old design. And it's currently what my doodle, my little PNG tuber on the side, is what it's based on. Just a very simplified version, me being flustered. But, yeah, I really want to make a more polished design this go round. So, that's what we're doing now. So, that. I'm planning out all the different pieces that I need to keep in mind as I doodle. Because I really dig this simple design that I have here, which is based on Spunky Raccoon's design. This one. It's an Animal Crossing doodle that she made a couple years ago in 2023. It made me really happy. So I kind of want to emulate that sort of feeling of Animal Crossing, simple shapes, but really cute. So, yeah. So I go quiet a few times here and there. It's basically me brainstorming and making sure I'm getting everything right. So, we have 2 eyebrows. That's planned out. I need... Because the eye is technically three things going on. 3 different pieces in each. There's the eyelid. You can have upper and lower eyelid, which I had on this design, I believe. If I see if it's planned out. Yeah, that's another thing. It may not show up on the map, but it is a piece that is animated separately. And I believe it's these black lines here, because they would basically open and close, and basically drag the eyelid down as like its own separate piece. That may not be mapped out here, but it is in the actual design. The actual, essentially paper doll. So, I have to keep in mind that I could have an upper and lower eyelid, or just one that goes all the way up, all the way down, like a curtain. So, that may mean I need 2 eyelids per eye, so that's 2 pieces right there. Then there's the iris, then there's the actual eyeball in the back, that's another piece. The nose, if I animate it, that's 1 piece. The mouth is actually multiple pieces. There's the lip, the upper lip, the lower lip, the mouth, the inside of the mouth. If you want to animate the tongue, that's another piece. The teeth, you don't really animate the teeth. They kind of stay where they are, because that's how teeth work. But that could technically be another piece if you wanted to do like fangs or something like that. So that could be another piece to keep in mind. I should draw that on this design. Trying to find out which one has the line art. There we go. Yeah, what I'm planning out here is technically not the final design. I can't just rip this and put it straight into Live 2D. I'm basically just mapping it out. So this is a very simple design for the simple design that I want. So I may end up like tracing over it all the different pieces that I want and make it more polished. But yeah. So anyway, yep, I had to draw the mouth open so that I can figure out the pieces that I need. Like I said, the teeth, tongue, inside of the mouth, upper lip, lower lip, all different pieces. As for animating the mouth, that is another story. Because you need the pieces first, but then you start doing the animations for smile, frown, neutral, mouth open, mouth closed, mouth open happy, mouth closed happy. There's a whole lot that goes into this. So, I'm gonna take it one step at a time. So, eyelids, that's the thing. Do we just want one eyelid, as in like the top one that goes all the way up, all the way down? Or do we want two eyelids to where they meet in the middle and close, and then open? Or do we want it to where it is two eyelids, but since Dapper is always kind of sleepy, like his top eyelid never really goes all the way up, like it just never does, so it's always down, and it's the lower lid that comes up and closes the eye, that could be kind of a cute design. Could also be seen as lazy, because, I mean, that basically would mean I'm not animating the top lid. It could potentially lead to issues, because if we don't animate the top lid, and I want to do like a surprise emote, where like the top of his eyelids, like the top eyelids would open all the way, then that would be an issue because I have it baked to where it's just the top lid never moves. So that would be an issue. So, better safe than sorry, I would have to animate 2 sets of 2 eyelids. So, it is decided. So, I would say 2 top lid. Bottom lid. Should I say it like that? All the way to the bottom. I have to make it understood that I mean 2 lids when it comes to this color. But then it would be covered up because a separate piece is the actual eyeball and a separate piece is the iris. So when I color that in, the bottom lid would basically be gone. So I can't color that in. But I'll write a number on there. Try to make that clear. Okay. Those numbers not there. See. I'm trying to just get the notes, like the numbers. So let's see. Yeah, I can just rewrite 8. That's fine. That way, save that. Anyway. Here we go. There we go. Great. Sorted out all the numbers where they're supposed to be. So that's good. Good, good, good. Let's see. I haven't played Animal Crossing in a long time. I know I'm making the style of my VTuber in that style because it's really cute, but realistically, I haven't played that game in a while, which is kind of a shame because I loved it during COVID time, during the quarantines, because it was just the perfect game for that era, for that time period. Which, like, it definitely helped during that time to just kind of focus on something else, focus on something cozy, hang out with friends online. It was a nice avenue to escape to, I think. But because of that, I kind of did everything that there was to do on Animal Crossing. So now, when I go back to it, it's like, well, I could do that whole grind all over again, or I can just not. I could just play something else. And so I play something else. So that's the unfortunate thing with Animal Crossing for me. But there is another game on the horizon that I'm looking at. I haven't bought it because I've been bit too many times when it comes to new games. But let's see. Apparently it's a sequel. I have to read the name of it because it's definitely a different name. It's not a name that I would readily say I would name something. Let me see. Yeah, Fantasy Life I? The Girl Who Steals Time. Apparently it's actually a sequel. And I think it was on the DS initially. Or maybe the 3DS. It was a sequel to that game, but they put it on the PC, which is surprising. It's going to be on the Switch. I think it's going to be on the Switch 2 as well, when that comes out. And it looks nice. Like, really nice. And I saw the April Fool's video that they took down, unfortunately. I hope someone kept it and archived it and maybe re-uploads it somewhere. But they did an April Fool's video where they pretended it was Animal Crossing, where they had the main character wearing like a Tom Nook mascot kind of costume, and they're pretending it was Animal Crossing because the gameplay is similar. It's definitely not the same though, because it's built as a JRPG and like a farming simulator and an action game at the same time, to where you actually do take on like JRPG jobs. Like you could be a warrior, you could be a paladin, you could be a mage, you could be a healer, you could be an archer, you could be a bandit, or rogue, or those kind of jobs. You could be a miner, you could be a farmer, you could be basically whatever like little niche you want to do on the island, you can do, and you can swap between them at any time. And you jump from just normal cozy taking care of the island time to swapping to adventure, to where you're fighting monsters, collecting resources, treasures, that sort of stuff, bosses. It's kind of like Cult of the Lamb in that aspect, to where you can flip between managing simulator, caring for cute animals, to fighting monsters and stuff, but in a different way. If it was built more like a JRPG instead of a roguelike. But it's really interesting to see. And I hope that the game takes off well, because it actually has done really well in its opening week. I think it sold over 500,000 copies, so it's doing pretty good for its opening week. It's a shame that they took down that April Fool's video. I know they meant it as just April Fool's, so I think that's why they kind of posted it just for that day, and then removed it like a week or so later. But it was a really well done joke, It was really well done. So I'm sure someone saved the video. I probably should have, but I didn't, because I kept it in my favorites playlist, but that doesn't save the video. It just says, you want to watch it again. But anyway, Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time. I'm really looking into that game. It's a little expensive for me, $60, because, Again, I've been burned by new games lately. I played Dragon Age Veilguard. I wish I didn't pay full price. Dragon's Dogma 2. Ugh. I still get sick over that game because it's not optimized. It's still not optimized. It's been like a year now, and it still isn't optimized. And I just can't run it. I can't run it on my PC, which has a 3070 in it. 48 gigabytes of RAM, a good motherboard, a good CPU, and it still doesn't run well. Why? It still runs bad. So I've been burned by that game. I can't get a refund because I spent too many hours trying to make it work, and then it basically expired. My time frame to return it expired. Then what's another game that I bought that I'm kind of iffy about? That's basically made me hesitant on new games. I love Baldur's Gate 3. That game, totally worth the money. Full price. But there's another game that I bought that I'm lukewarm on. That I'm just like, I shouldn't have paid for that as much as I did. This one isn't a bad game. It's just a very different game. Like a different style than what I'm used to. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. Yeah, anime game. Which is not bad. It's not bad. It's just a very different style game that I'm not used to yet. But I wanted to branch out, try out something new, and it is really beautiful. It's a really beautiful game. But it's a franchise that I know nothing about, so that's one thing. All the characters act like I know them. I don't know them whatsoever. They're perfect strangers to me. Everyone shouts their abilities, which can get annoying because there's multiple characters fighting at the same time on the battlefield, so it can get really annoying hearing them shout their spell every single time, or shout their special move with their sword every single time, and then trying to have a conversation in the middle of the battle as I'm fighting, as they're shouting their spells and stuff. It gets really annoying. So I'm a little iffy on Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. But I know that's just the style of game that it is. And it's still fun. It's still beautiful. So I'm not too joshed by that game. Is that even a term? Joshed? Anyway, there is a game that I'm surprised that I liked in my Steam library. No, I'm not drawing. I'm sorry. But I kind of went down this rabbit hole, and I'm going to climb out of it after saying my final piece. Trying to find it. It should be in my favorites because it is... Yes! Voice of Cards. That is an interesting trilogy. Each game plays about the same format. I know the stories are different and they did little changes here and there between the three, but I'm really surprised by how I liked this style of game. Voice of Cards, The Isle Dragon Roars is the first one, and I'm still playing through this one. It's perfect for the Steam Deck, or perfect for the ROG Ally. It's perfect for that kind of gameplay. I don't know if it's on the Switch, but if it is on the Switch, it's perfect for the Switch too, because it's a really good handheld sort of game. Because there's not much going on, like style, graphics wise. It's not gonna overload anything like Dragon's Dogma 2 or trying to think of another like high res game, Cyberpunk. It's definitely not that, because the actual game itself is only 4 gigabytes. So it's really small. But it's really well done. Because for the Voice of Cards, it's narrated by one narrator. Like, that's it. It's just one narrator. He does the voice acting for all the characters that he introduces. He does the narration of actions that you do, or certain things that happen in the story. That's his thing. He's basically like your DM, your dungeon master, and you are playing the Voice of Cards, and the entire world is made of cards that he lays down on the game board. The characters are their own cards. The enemies are their own cards. The village, the buildings are simply one card, and it's all mapped out in a whole series of cards. And like the whole world is just basically a board game. And you're traveling around as if it's a board game, and you have a little pawn piece that goes around on the different cards. And when you go fight an enemy, the screen changes a little bit by him bringing out a tray that has your dice in it, that has your health dice, that has the attack dice, and then the enemy's health and attack dice. And it's just really well done. And the illustrations on the cards are beautiful. And the music is really beautiful too. To me, it feels like that because this is a Square Enix game, the trilogy of Voice of Cards is a Square Enix game. But I feel like that they were unsure if they could make it into something bigger. So they said, okay, what if we made it like a mini game-ish sort of deal, to where it doesn't take much to make, to where we're not putting our eggs in this basket, but we're going to invest a little bit of money into it and see what happens. So that's what I feel like happened with these stories. These 3 stories in particular. They basically made this a format for a game, which would kind of be a mini game by most game standards for Square Enix, but it's still really well done, and I really enjoy it. So, now I said my piece, I'm going to continue drawing.
Yippee!
Sorry about the little yap train there. It's just really fun to talk about games that I've been trying to get into, haven't gotten into, and will get into. Also, I'm going to grab a little bit of a snack. I'm still here. I'm not going to go into BRB or anything. It's literally right underneath the microphone. But I know that some people don't really like eating noises. I understand. I absolutely hate them. So, yeah. I'll try to eat away from the microphone as best I can. But I am hungry. Yep, there's the full design that we have so far. I'm still planning out all the different pieces, as you can see. I have the list on the side. And yeah, it's just gonna be a lot. And that is currently the old map for the old design, all split into a map. I'm just using that as a reference to consider how many pieces we'll need. Oh yeah, I didn't label the eyelids because I was making sure I got all the notes on one thing. Let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. Yeah, I had to label the eyelids that way because the eyeball will be another piece and the iris will be another piece. And do I really want to do an eye shine? I don't think I do on this design. We may make an exception because this is essentially what the eye shine would look like. Essentially, maybe some on the sides like that. Not sure if I want that because I kind of like the idea of it just being a simple shape, so like not too complex for the eye. Kind of like a comic book character, like Peanuts or Garfield. There we go. Let's see, 14. There we go. Right. All right. Let's see. The mouth would be 1, 2, 3 pieces. 3 pieces on the inside, being the tongue, the teeth, and then the back, darker part. Then the upper lip is another part, bottom lip another part, and the nose is another part. So let me write all that down. One upper lip, one lower lip. Teeth. One. One. Back. So from there, let me try to do this. So 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Yeah, so 20 through 24. That would be the mouth section. So let's see. Back to mouth, one section. Teeth, another section. Tongue, another section. Lip, that, and then the nose section. I know it looks like a clown. My bad. I know it's pretty ugly, but this is just the planning phase. Right. The neck is another piece. As for shadows may have to be another piece as well, but not entirely sure if I can really plan that out or not. So that would be piece 20. Yep, piece 25. One neck. That tongue piece doesn't really look good, does it? I'm just looking at the color. It's like not different enough. There we go. Let's see. Da-da. La da 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 da. Hope everyone's having a good night. Today was definitely a pretty relaxed Monday, more or less. I streamed with Captain Sebti. I played some Overwatch with him. We tried to get Minecraft Bedrock to work, but installation issues prevented that from happening. But yeah, he will be streaming again, I think Wednesday. Not tomorrow, but Wednesday. But yeah, kind of looking forward to him streaming some more. And I look forward to streaming more as well, but I can't pinpoint a schedule yet. Because next week I will be gone. I'll be celebrating with my family due to the graduation that happened. So yeah, I won't be here next week. So I can't say that we'll have steady streams because of that. But after that, I will see about planning out a few more streams. Anywho, let's see. I'm still considering how to map out the apron. Because it's a little more complex than just saying, okay, make the apron one piece. Because the bottom of the apron may move while the top of the apron may stay still, or the top of the apron may move while the bottom doesn't really move that much. So having it as one piece is a bit problematic. So splitting it in half, being like top and bottom, that might work better. But it may run into issues of clipping, or it would look like a piece is not complete and like starts ripping itself apart if I move too weird. So I'm not entirely sure how to animate this. And the sleeves, the top sleeves will act as one piece, and this part of the arm will act as another. Oh, can you see that? I'm actually trying to see if my pen actually... Okay, good. Yeah, it pops up on the stream. Yep, so upper part of the arm, the sleeve, will be one piece. This part will be another. These ribbons and band here will be one piece, I believe. Pants, as in the legs, will be individual pieces. One here, one here. Feet. I won't animate the feet, so they'll be one piece altogether, I think. Yeah. This is coming together. Also, the body. That's another thing. Do you animate the clothes separately, or do you bake them together? As in, like, the legs, there's nothing underneath the pant. Like, it is the pant and foot. Like, that is the leg. That is the part, I should say. Or do we animate it to where the pants are on top of an actual leg, so that if the pants were off, there is actually a leg there? I'm not too sure. Because if that's the case, then I need to animate it as in torso, leg, foot, arm. Like, doesn't matter, the upper sleeve acts as the shoulder and the upper part of the arm. So, trying to figure this out. Because this kind of overcomplicates it. Well, it doesn't overcomplicate it, it just makes it more complicated to work with. So, but if I do it correctly, it looks more professional and complete. So, bit of a trade-off, huh? Well, nothing easy is worth doing, so I have to keep that in mind. Because if I do it that way, to where the clothes are on top of a moving body, and like the clothes act as their own part, then they act differently than if it was just baked together. Decisions, decisions. I'm gonna eat some snack while I ponder this conundrum. In other news, I've been looking into some tech advice into what to do with my PC. Because my PC is good as it is, but I really do want to upgrade certain things. And with that in mind, I don't know if I would be better off just building a new PC entirely and reusing some of the parts that I have, or do I upgrade something in my current rig and be fine with how it is now? Because I have a pre-built Almond 30L from, I think, 2023, 2022. It's good as it is right now. It was used, but no one really used it. They just took out the graphics card and sold the rest. But the thing is, HP is very much, how do I say this? Their components don't usually play well with other things. It's very proprietary. As in, there are certain RAM sticks that don't really work well with it. There are certain upgrades that don't work well. The motherboard specifically is kind of the issue here. Because the motherboard and the baked-in software that they have, the bloatware. I've deleted almost every single piece of bloatware, like the day I got it. And ever since then, I've had to delete a few other things. But it's mainly the motherboard that I'm concerned about. Because, again, as it's proprietary, there's certain upgrades that come along down the road that this motherboard won't take. Even though there are other motherboards that are the same form factor, they would accept those upgrades. But because this is an HP built motherboard specifically, it won't take those upgrades. So that, and I've noticed a few stutters that are questionable. I don't think it's the motherboard. I think it may just be potentially the CPU and the GPU bottlenecking. Like, I don't know which one is being bottlenecked. So I've asked some tech advice from a certain group. PC Bros, I think they're called. Yeah, PC Bros, Toasty Bros. I've tried to ask tech advice on Reddit. Obviously, it's Reddit. You may or may not get an answer that's actually legit. And when you do, it may not be what you asked for. So I've basically been doing a bit of research, trying to figure out whether I should just cough up some money and build a rig from scratch using pieces that I have from the HP that aren't proprietary, like the GPU that I have in it and the RAM sticks, or if I should just upgrade the Almond as best as I could, as it is. So I'm not too sure, because I could also just save my money. That's a good choice, obviously, but yeah. That, and I still want to continue streaming, so I want to make sure I'm kind of on top of that when it comes to games, when it comes to editing software, making sure I have good hardware and software for both. So yeah, it's just been a lot to think about and research about. Thank y'all so much for joining me, by the way. It's been nice streaming again and just kind of having a little yap fest, just chatting about what's on my mind creatively. So yeah, I think well, I'm not quite done with the stream yet. I was gonna say I'm done, but obviously I'm not. I want to plan out the rest of this live 2D model. So once this model is fully colored in with all the different pieces, then we're basically done. Because I'm not going to work on live 2D on stream, because that would be very, very boring to watch, because it would just basically be me. It would be me groaning over how I can't figure things out, constantly referring back to a YouTube tutorial from 2015 that's still relevant today, surprisingly. So it would be boring to watch, and you wouldn't really be seeing most of what I'm doing, because it is a lot of drop-down menus. It's a lot of referring to texture maps that I'm making, so it'd be boring. So anywho, let's see. Let's map out the upper arm, bottom arm. So right. Okay. There we go. Right, so that'd be the upper arm, lower arm. Let's see, 25. Numbers. There we go, 27, 28. There we go. So far, 29 pieces. The thing is, I think we have to animate the apron separately than the shirt here, the chest. In which case, that means this would be 1 piece, 2 piece, 3 piece, 4 piece. As in, it would be upper shirt, lower shirt, upper apron, bottom apron. So that's 4 pieces in itself. So let's say 2 shirt, upper lower, 2 apron, upper lower. Shirt would be about here. Lower shirt would be about to here. Yeah, an upper apron too would be about there. Yeah, that would be the extent of lower shirt, I think. Yeah, because upper apron would basically mean the straps and like this portion. Lower apron would basically be down here. The ribbons, as in like the tie string in the back, that is two separate pieces as well. So let me write out these numbers. Try to get 32 in there. Yep, 32. 33. 35. I think that is basically it. I have to color in those pieces real quick. Yeah, and those would be behind the body. That makes sense. And then, yeah, the legs would have to be separate from each other. Maybe there's a waist as a separate piece? Maybe not. Yeah, I want these as two separate legs. They can't be the same part. Otherwise, they would move awkwardly, I think. It wouldn't look that natural. There we go. The little music box kind of sounds like Sleep Token. Caramel. The opening, at least. Count me out like sovereigns, pay back for the good times. Right foot in the roses, left foot on the left. A little too cracky for that tonight. Not exactly karaoke stream yet. Anywho, thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. Hope y'all had a really good time as we planned out the future of the Dapper Cafe. I also need to come up with a name for the cafe itself. I kind of named the Discord the Cupboard, so that could be the name of the cafe, just the Cupboard. But yeah, with that, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Let us switch over into the chatting stream. Yes. Thank you again for hanging out with me. I hope y'all had a really fun time. Or a really chill time, really. I know my streams aren't that engaging. I know it's really chill, and I actually like it that way. I kind of want to be a haven for people to just kind of unwind, you know? Yeah, that's kind of why I made it into a cafe. This whole stream theme is a cafe because that's where you go to unwind. You don't really go to a cafe to, get exhilarating gameplay and all that. You come here to unwind, read a book, do a little doodling, get your thoughts straight, and just kind of just sit back in a nice leather or nice, cloth plush couch and just hang out with your coffee and tea and just eat a cookie. Something nice. But with that, thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. I hope y'all have a really wonderful morning, a really wonderful night, afternoon, whatever time you're in. I hope you have a good time. But for now, I must say goodbye. So, bye-bye.